like it could be a cyclone, but it could be also, I think of it as a leg with, an arm kind of coming down from above.
This kind of reminds me of work you were doing before '06, when you launched into a more nature-oriented work, insofar as it has these kind of worlds that I associate with your earlier work. Does that ring a bell? I mean,
sure. Yeah. Well, I didn't see this. Okay. But the rocks I did. I did kind of draw the rocks verbatim. Not verbatim. I found a nice place in the rocks formation that I could imagine something like that happening, and I just like the rocks. So I studied the rocks, and then I just put this down in it, and this sea god. I guess we have two sea gods.
So these are again mythical presences.
Yeah, presences. They kind of embody the time, the day, the feeling of the space. So I can be walking around and looking at the trees up in Maine and saying, oh, this is a really great form, and I'm gonna sit down and first of all do some drawings of these roots and these branches and really see what it really looks like. But of course, there's always a story. For everything that you see, like a branch is interlocked with another one, and if you look, it looks like there's a death match going on in the forest about, which trees are living, which ones are dying, which ones are being squeezed out, and I'm just bringing that, that story as if it was a human drama. If you walked around the property where I'm up in Maine, you would probably be able to see a lot of these trees, and it's. Here we have this guy being pushed out. This guy's being pushed out. I almost think of all these limbs going up the trees as different. I mean, it's very subtle, but I remember thinking this while I was painting it. Here we have asking for help, and then anger. Like he's got a branch. That's kind of indignant. And I think of that all of these as trees as having this is just what I tell myself as I'm painting, and then there's other things that I've been doing where just working with images that seem to embody a feeling. When I go back to my studio and try to conjure up that feeling, it could be personified by a being. So this is Green Goddess, and so it's a type of personification of spring coming up, or the greening of the landscape as a female form. And and I was thinking a lot about Botticelli's as Birth of Venus. And when I got to New York, I think it was just very important. And starting out, after art school, and I went to SVA. After that, I think it was really important that I remember really consciously having this intention of wanting to make work that was about the now and not being about, so that you would never mistake this work for having been done in any other time. So, I was kind of, had my ear to the ground about what did something kind of slightly futuristic look like. And I don't know exactly, it just started to fade. My need to be current or to say something about the now, it just became less and less important to me. But that idea of walking into a painting and having it be a different world and a story and an experience was just something that I became more interested in.